Hey there, I'm the real Housewife of Snohomish County and welcome back to my kitchen and another episode of the Real Housewife's Kitchen Tips. If you are like me, you have pots and pans galore, all the lids, inserts, and everything else that goes along with them. Now in our old condo, we had a pot rack, but in this kitchen I have no place to hang or that I want to hang a pot rack because I don't want it here and them hanging in my face because then I couldn't talk to you. So I have a cabinet that is underneath my range right here, and there's no shelves in it because the downdraft goes there, and it's like, how am I going to do this? I had them stacked in there for a while, but that's a pain when you have to dig through a pile of pots and pans and then try to find the lid. Well, I'm going to tell you what I did for it. I went to Home Depot. You can go to any hardware store, but you know I prefer Home Depot. I'm wearing the orange today too. And they sell the rods, the wooden dowel rods, the big thick ones, for your closet that you would use as a bar in your closet. I took one and I had them cut it to the width of my cabinet, and then I screwed in hooks at every so often, and I made them spaced specifically for the pots and pans that I have. And then you get the hangers that they sit on, you screw them in, and this literally sits in like this. And your pots and pans, you're like, okay, that's fine, I can hang up my pots and pans, but what about the lids? Did you know that most of them, when it hangs like this, your lid will sit on like that? How about that? Hangs, and it's not even in the way. And you're like, well, that's great, but what about the bigger ones? Same exact thing. Turn the bottom side of the lid facing that way and hang it. It's great. Now if you come back here, I'm going to let you behind the scenes and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's all hung up. Alright, welcome behind the scenes. So as you can see, here's a little closer picture of the wooden dowel. And I had them cut it. This was before I had all my power tools in the garage. So at Home Depot, they'll cut these for you, no questions asked. And then you get the right size screws. And as you can see, it's a little cramped down here, so do you see why I was so vexed? And this just goes into those hangers. And one by one, I arrange them biggest to smallest from left to right. A little crazy and anal, right? And then last but not least, my stock pot fits perfectly underneath them on the right hand side. And there you have it. Everything's nice and organized, and when you're standing here and you need a pot or a pan, you just reach under, grab the one you need, and away you go. Thank you so much for checking out my next tip, and remember, keep going to my blog, www.rhosc.com. Check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And until next time, keep cooking.